I didn't realize that they were born.
Are we ready to start this?
I don't know how to tell.
We're in your face. Oh, we're doing He's already told me.
I think when they start, I'm going to pull up a chair over off to the side.
I get a picture.
I can't.
Snapchat
I should sit on like that.
Oh, you're not saying okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our formal part of the program. We promise that we're not going to spend the whole night chatting with you, though we do want to get on with the real action and fun and dancing and partying. Just before we start, I have an announcement I'd like to make. On the outside table, there are sheets of paper. On those sheets of paper, it gives you detail for an event that the family is holding tomorrow. We would like to invite everybody to come and drop in and visit us tomorrow at a come and go barbecue that we're hosting in Leduc. We're serving burgers and hot dogs and salads and stuff, and you just come, show up, bring whatever you want to drink. If the weather is good, we want to hold it in a park called Fred Johns Park in Leduc. There's a map on the sheet that gives you instructions on how to get there. It's pretty easy. If the weather isn't nice, or if you go by there and there is nobody there, we might have moved it indoors. We do have an indoor backup plan, and the address for that hall is also on that sheet. So make sure that if you are free between 1 and 5 tomorrow, and you'd like to come and spend some time in a less formal setting where you can visit and hang out with us and say hello to the newlyweds, come by and make sure you pick up that sheet. The other thing, we have a wheel. Now, the wheel on the side is intended to replace the tinging of the glasses. The idea is that if you want to see some type of activity happen through the night, like the bride and groom kiss, you take your chances and you go to spin the wheel. Let me know you want to spin the wheel, and we'll, at the break in the dance or whatever, we'll stop. We'll let you spin your wheel, but it's a kind of a truth or dare kind of thing. Like if you spin it, you have to do it, so just remember that. Nothing there too drastic, but whoever spins, if it's something that you have to do, we're going to hold you to it, and the bride, right? And the bride and groom will do their thing. Oh, listen, they're going to tinkling the glasses already. Somebody wants to spin the wheel?
Go for it.
Okay, Susan, step up. Spin the wheel, Susan.
What is it?
It's right there.
Susan's going to be our first spinner.
Can I spin it after?
Later, Kevin, later. Wowzers.
Do you need your glasses?
Yeah. Dance with a stranger.
Okay, so when the reception starts, Susan, we are going to make sure that when the dance starts, you're going to have to dance with a stranger.
The next one was You Kiss the Bride.
So that wheel is intended to have some fun tonight and to raise a little money maybe for the bride and groom.
Oh, the cup's here.
Yeah, if you do get a money one, you have to put your money in the little thing. Christine is pointing at it right there. Okay, just before we get to our first speaker, I just want you to know that, you know, I met Greg not that long ago when he and Amanda decided that I guess their relationship was a serious one, and she thought she'd bring him home to meet the family. And Greg told me that he searched high and low, and he finally found the girl of his dreams.
Woo!
Miss Right. You know the saying, Miss Right. Greg, I just want you to remember, her first name is always. Okay, so first speaker up, I believe, is a toast to the bride. And that comes from Maid of Honor, Amber Looker, sister of the bride. Make sure you have your toasting materials available. You will need that. Doug is well equipped. Hello everyone, I am Amber, Amanda's sister and Maid of Honor. I am so pleased to see all of you here to celebrate Amanda and Greg's special day. I am also honored and happy to be a part of it and to do the toast to the bride. Amanda, you've always had a special place in my heart. Ever since this first day you were born, I used to drag you everywhere to show off my little sister. Whether it be walks to Nana's pool in Norman View or all over the campground camping. Your dimples and eyes are beautiful, and your giggle is contagious. We are just short of 13 years in age difference, but we fight as if we were very close in age. But yet there's one thing for sure. No one can make me laugh so hard that I get cramps and tears over the silliest things like you do. You can be so cute, but such a brat at the same time. You, Amanda, are a very unique person, and I'm so glad that you have found someone that can understand and love you the way that Greg does. At your age, I was restarting my life, and here you are, building one with the love of your life, and I am so happy for you. Greg, you'd better continue to be her rock and to support, and both support each other through all of the challenges life throws you guys. I have no doubt in my mind that the two of you will have a lifetime of happiness and love. That being said, Greg and Amanda, can you please stand up? Greg, please take your hand and place it on Amanda's. Stop and look at each other. And know, Greg, this is the last time you will ever have the upper hand. So here's to you, Amanda, on your wedding day, from now and for the rest of your life. I love you. Cheers. To the bride.
There we go.
Are we ready? We have your both like.
Yeah, let's put music in the chair. Come in.
Well done, Maid of Honor, Amber Looker.
Woo!
That's Amber. Next up is the best man, Billy Butler, to do Toast to the Groom.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Well, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Billy, aka Greg's bodyguard, muscle, and yet best looking friend also. It's an honor to be standing up here today with this beautiful newlyweds. Let's take a look at the bride, Amanda. Like, talk about a lucky guy. One of my best friends, and with one of the most amazing girls I've ever met too. So I'd just like to say congrats to you both. And how amazing you both look today. I am glad, and it is a privilege to be up here with you guys. Truly glad. Me and Greg, we've been together for about 15 years now. You can see that we're getting pretty serious these days. Greg and I, well, Greg said that if I didn't get at this wedding, I could be the best man at the next one too. Amanda, you're a wonderful woman who deserves a wonderful husband. I'm not going to rest until I figure out what's going on here. I was asked to tell some childhood stories about me and Greg that wasn't inappropriate, but I do not want Greg or Amanda to attack me right now, so I'm not going to go any further with that. I read somewhere that the best man's speech shouldn't be longer than it takes the groom to make love. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. and Mrs. Billings.
We're gonna lap dance.
Thank you very much, Billy. I would have liked to have heard some of those stories. Well, I have a true little story about Greg that I'd like to share. For those of you who know me and my husband recently bought a property in Arizona, and so I've been taking our family down in little bits and pieces, getting them down there to enjoy some sun. And Greg has been down, and he did fly. And I told him, you should drive with us sometime because it's a road trip. Utah is one of the states we cross, and that really perked Greg's ears. He's like, Utah, that's a fascinating state. Don't they have like polygamists there? And I said, well, yeah, Greg, they do. He goes, that means like they can marry lots and lots of women and have like lots and lots of wives? And I said, yeah. He goes, I think I want to go to Utah. And I said, yeah, but Greg, remember, with every wife comes a father-in-law. Greg doesn't want to go to Utah anymore. So next comes the opportunity for me to call my husband Larry up to welcome Greg to our family. So Larry, can you join me in welcoming Greg?
Sugar.
Greg looks worried.
Well, for those of you that don't know it, Greg and Amanda, from time to time, they get their mail delivered to our house. And Greg's usually out of town quite a bit. And Amanda's rule is never look at the mail. But I did today. And one of the items that came in the mail was from Hustler magazine. Started off saying, thank you, Greg, for your photos. For applying for Mr. September. But at the bottom of the envelope was some tissue. I think I have it here. Can you give that to Greg? And when that tissue fell out, I read the rest of the letter. It said, Dear Mr. Greg Billings, your application for Mr. September has been denied. So it left you some tissue there. Now the second letter that I opened was from Conklin, close to where you work, you and Red, and it was from the Ramada. And there was a bill that fell out of there. It was for 12 nights. I don't know what the hell you were doing for 12 nights. But if there's anybody here that wants to return a room key to Greg, I'd be appreciated if you do that now. You want to take a look?
There is night number 1.
Number 1. Greg's been a little busy boy here. And not only is he into women, he's been the odd guy. Yeah. One more.
Greg!
There we go. Yeah. So anyway, Greg, on behalf of me and Audrey and my mom and family, we want to welcome you.
No more rooms. Well, I have to welcome Greg too, and I just want to tell you that in the time I've known Greg, I've gotten to know him pretty well. And within a short time of meeting him, I recognize that he really is a down-to-earth kind of guy. After all, he only stands about 5 feet tall. He's also a man of his word. One time when he was proposing to Amanda, that's right, one time. How many times has he proposed to you, Amanda? Yeah. One time when he was proposing to Amanda, he was under the effects of some pretty hardcore drugs. He was strapped to a hospital bed, mask on his face, IV in his arm. I'm sure he thought he was dying, so he popped the question. Now, a lesser man would have probably used the extreme conditions to back out of the deal, but here he is, a man of his word. Then Greg met the uncles, a true test of bravery. You see, for those that don't know the Looker brothers, they resemble something out of a movie, The Godfather. The absent Uncle Ken being the hairiest of them all. Greg even passed this test and he stuck around even after meeting the uncles. Greg is an authentic person, pretty comfortable in his own skin even when he is covered in hives. Serious, Greg, take your allergy pills. They say a good judge of character is indicated by how your pets respond to Greg. And Greg fits right in with their dogs, curled up on the couch, drooling, scratching himself. Yep. Greg loves brownies. Greg loves video games. Greg loves fishing. But his true love is Amanda. And we know and trust that he will respect her and care for her and love her always.
Or else.
Or else. And as long as this is true, we will always welcome Greg into our family, and even from his slightly oversized head to his hairy little hobbit feet. Welcome to the family, Greg. We will now call upon Helen and Ellen Billings to welcome Amanda to their family.
Oh yeah, you gotta get loud. Not loud. Who else is you have one loud person.
Should have come the shortcut way. This is the long way.
Good evening, everyone. In case you don't know, we're Alan and Helen Billings. We're Greg's parents. On behalf of Alan and myself, I would like to welcome Audrey and Larry into our family. I'd also like to welcome all the relatives and friends of both families, and thank you all for being here to celebrate and make this occasion special for Amanda and Greg. We would like to thank all involved for the hard work in making the day memorable and special. And we would like to formally welcome Amanda into our family, even though she's been a part of it for some time already. You're a great girl who clearly loves our son and obviously makes him very happy. I think you've been with Greg long enough now to know what you're getting yourself into by joining our family. So honestly, I have no sympathy for you. Seriously though, we're very proud to have you as a part of our family and happy to have you as a daughter-in-law. It wouldn't be tradition if I didn't leave the new couple with some words of advice as they enter into the next stage of their lives together. Say I love you to one another often and never go to bed angry with one another. And finally, everyone, all that remains is to congratulate the happy couple. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Gregory and Amanda Billings.
I guess that pretty well says it all. Congratulations and welcome, Amanda. Thank you.
I'm sneaking through here this time.
At this time, I'd like to call Greg and Amanda to come down in front here for a quick moment.
Do you want to play games? Do you? Feel like a song. Do you want to play games? Compose myself.
Noah, the baby was sleeping within seconds.
I bet.
I'll get you each to take.
Tyler, thank you.
Whoa, this one he just took a turn.
So we're going to see how well these two really know each other. So each of them has a paddle. One of them says her, one of them says him. I'm going to ask some questions and you guys are going to hold up. And I can't see them, this really sucks.
Right as her.
Okay, I think I got that. You're going to hold up the paddle to indicate who you think fits the description the most, okay? Ready? Number one, who is the most financially responsible? Oh yeah, no, hold it up to them so they can see. You gotta show it around. Yeah, that doesn't match. Okay. Okay, let's do one that's easier. Who makes the most money? There we go. Who spends the most money?